So we're in Chapter 8. We're learning about confidence intervals and sample size. Please bear with me as this is the second time I have to rewrite and record this. Our first vocab word from this section is point estimate. The point estimate is going to be a numerical estimate of a parameter. For a point estimate of mu, the best point estimate we could have is x bar. So the best estimate of a population mean is going to be the sample mean. If we think about finding out the average age of a student at Colebrook Academy, we're thinking about the fact that we have students from the age of 13 for some cases, all the way up until 19 or 20 in other cases. So if we're looking at that age range there, and I say, if I selected one person, what would be the estimate of that person? Well, we could take the population mean, and that would take adding up a whole bunch of numbers and figuring it out. Or we could take a smaller portion, a sample of that portion, and find out the mean of that sample. So in our case, we have about 100 students. Taking a sample size of 10 might be good. If I pick 10 people at random and find the mean of their ages, we'll probably have a good estimate or a good point estimate of our parameter. We could also look at an interval estimate. The interval estimate is an interval or range of values used to estimate the parameter. You know, in English, when they never told you to don't use the word to define the word, well, statistics is proving you wrong, so we have interval and estimate both in this definition. But anyhow, when we're looking at the students of Colebrook Academy and looking for their ages, we could come up to say, well, the students are between, or the mean is between 13 years old. I'm not going to use x there, sorry, I'm going to use mu. So the range is between 13 years old and 20 years old. Okay. This interval here is a pretty wide interval. It has almost everybody who would attend Colebrook Academy. We might have some students older than 20. We might have some students younger than 13. I don't know right now if we've had anyone younger than 13, but I'm pretty sure we've had some that are older than 20. We could also write this as, no, that's not what I wanted to do, as 13 and 20 together gives us 7, so 4, we'll go with between, we'll say 17, 16.5, plus or minus 3.5 years old. So that means it go from 16.5 all the way up to 20 down to 13. Those are two different ways we can write this interval. It should also be noticed that in the interval estimate, our parameter may or may not be within the interval. When we want to talk about making sure that our parameter is in between the interval there, we're talking about our confidence interval. Now our confidence interval is usually about 95%. There's a 95% chance that my estimate of an age of random person I select from Colebrook Academy is going to be between these two numbers here. Currently, I don't believe we have anyone older than 20, and we don't have anybody less than 13, so this would be true. If I ignore this over here real quick, if I wanted to have an